standards at the newsstands. A big and wonderful morning to everyone watching from Nigeria and also in diaspora. Okay, we are just one of the best online TV stations in Nigeria, and I just want you to know that we are here to give you the best. We have a GoFundMe account. You can contribute to that account so that we can give you better experience. And upgrade our facilities. Okay, thank you very much. Our wonderful reviewers are here this morning. I have Mr. Matthew, Mr. Chigozie, Mr. Samuel, Mr. David on his way, and others are on their way. We are here to do justice to the newspaper headlines this morning. IPOB threatens federal government. They are saying that they are going to shut down the southeast if Nnamdi Kanu is not released before August. They are going to shut down southeast if Nnamdi Kanu is not released before August in the guise of a sit-at-home order. Let's move to the newspaper headlines this morning. I have with me the Vanguard newspaper, and I also do have the Daily Independent, a new one on the block. Naira suffers biggest fall at 522 naira per dollar after CBN forex ban to BDCs. Naira suffers biggest fall at 522 naira per dollar after CBN forex ban to BDCs. And analysts see further devaluation of Naira soon. Analysts see further devaluation of Naira soon. Good news, court frees Zakzaki's El Zakzaki wife, say they have no case to answer. Court frees Zakzaki wife, say they have no case to answer. After 6 years, he has been freed. Lawyers hail judgment, berate government. Lawyers hail judgment, berate government, especially the Kaduna State government. On the main headline, the Daily Independent this morning, 2023 election, presidency begins search for credible successor to Buhari. Presidency begins search for credible successor to Buhari. Enlist fact-finding group to do checks on APC aspirants. Enlist fact-finding group to do checks on APC aspirants. Powerful forces plan to prevail on Tinubu to back younger candidates. Powerful forces plan to prevail on Tinubu to back younger candidates. Nigeria to produce COVID-19 vaccine in 2022. Nigeria to produce COVID-19 vaccine in 2022. Buhari considers increase in education budget by 50% till 2023. Buhari considers increase in education budget by 50% till 2023. National grid collapses again as blackout spreads. National grid collapses. This is almost the fourth time it's collapsing, if I can remember. National grid collapses again as blackout spreads. U.S. lawmakers stop $805 million arms sale to Nigeria. U.S. lawmakers stop $805 million arms sale to Nigeria. Asks Biden to reassess U.S.-Nigeria relations amid human rights concerns. Asks Biden to reassess U.S.-Nigeria relations amid human rights concerns. Let's move to the Vanguard this morning, a frequent paper user in the morning. Imo, soldiers vehement refuse to unlock timber markets. In Imo State, soldiers vehement refuse to unlock timber markets. Why Buhari prefers to have medical checkup in UK? Aid is speaking. Why Buhari prefers to have medical checkup in UK? You can read that up on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. The main headline on the Vanguard newspaper: U.S. lawmakers stop $805 million arms sale to Nigeria. U.S. lawmakers stop $805 million arms sale to Nigeria. U.S. senators delay approval of proposed sale of 12 AH-1 Cobra attack helicopters. U.S. senators delay approval of proposed sale of 12 AH-1 Cobra attack helicopters, accompanying defense systems. Cites human rights violations, anti-democratic actions by federal government. Cites human rights violation and anti-democratic actions by federal government. Nigeria will get anything it needs from U.S. That's the presidency responding. Nigeria will get anything it needs from the United States. Nigeria at mercy of bandits, insurgents. UK parliamentarians say Nigeria at mercy of bandits and insurgents. Democracy, dictatorship can't coexist. Democracy, dictatorship can't coexist. That is from Bishop Kuka. Democracy, Dictatorship can't coexist. That from Bishop Kuka. Electricity. Nigeria records widespread system collapse. Electricity. Nigeria records widespread system collapse. Bad news. 5 prospective NYSC members die in Abuja auto crash. 5 prospective NYSC members die in Abuja auto crash. Ondo governor polls, South Supreme Court affirms Akeredolu's victory, dismisses Jegede's appeal. Supreme Court affirms Akeredolu's victory, dismisses Jegede's appeal. Federal government gives states conditions to benefit from $750 million World Bank facility. Federal government gives states conditions to benefit from $750 million World Bank facility. COVID-19, US sends 10 million vaccine doses to Nigeria, South Africa. And lastly, Hush Pop to plead guilty to money laundering charge, faces 20-year jail term. Let's move over to our viewers this morning. I have Mr. Chigozie. Good morning, sir.
It's okay. Good morning. So the tune behind them.
Let's look at the United States and United Kingdom. Yesterday, the United Kingdom parliamentarians said that Nigeria is at mercy of bandits and insurgents. I remember Kuka said the same thing, and the presidency attacked Bishop Kuka. Now the UK have said the same. What is your take on what the report from the UK Parliament?
I think they have not been decisive in coming up clearly to show that they are really against the state of insecurity within the contraction called Nigeria. And it has been alleged on several occasions that they are the ones fueling or facilitating this.
They are the ones
Yes, this insecurity. Why? Because they stand up an opportunity to exploit this region and for economic gains. And it's very unfortunate. This is not the time to just make public statements. It's time to show your strong resolve against the heinous crime being perpetrated by the Nigerian states, the infringement on people's rights of existence and the people's rights of movements. UK government has not come categorically to condemn such, and the arbitrary use of power by the instruments of the state has been something worrisome, and the United Kingdom have not come to condemn that. You see, they would have shown us that they are fighting injustice by not allowing Mr. President to flew to Britain for medical checkup, while millions of Nigerians are dying as a result of poor facilities, lack of facilities, quality personnel, medical personnel are not on ground due to, of course, the government policy, anti-people's policy that have made it almost impossible for the doctors within the Nigerian to find it conducive for them to operate or work within this contraction. Everybody's want to jet out to UK or other places that may recognize their potentials and give them a good working condition, and of course remuneration, which is not feasible within the contraction called Nigeria.
I'll ask this question: what part can the UK play in this banditry and insurgency in Nigeria? What part can the UK play?
Yes, of course. I said that they are only there to protect their business interests, economic interests, because they understood importance of the Nigerian state to the economy, and they wouldn't want to jettison or jeopardize such opportunity.
Would the activities of the bandits and insurgents not jeopardize their interest?
They are gaining because where are those? You understand that the height of this insecurity is being sponsored by the proliferation of arms, illegal proliferation of arms, which are mostly coming from the UK. They have been, yes, they are the ones supplying it. So if not, how do they manage to get such a sophisticated weapon? So they consider it as a business bid, a good business venture. The more the Nigeria is in disarray, the more advantage they are. You see, by supplying of those armories, ammunitions, they make uh, illegal gains while they see people being killed. They are not bothered about that. That is exactly what is happening in the case with of Nnamdi Kanu. Mazin Nnamdi, you can see what the diplomatic game and the dribbling that is ongoing, where your supposed citizen is being held behind the bar illegally, unlawfully, and you are still. This is about over a month now, and you've not done anything about that. You've not. Your body language suggests that you are a conspiracy to such rendition, extraordinary rendition. So, UK has been fundamental in this problem bedeviling Nigerian states. And as far as their interest in Nigeria remains, Nigeria will not have peace. Why? Because they will want to side the federal government against the people. Because they knew that once the people will vote, they probably will lose most of the influence over the economy. When there is true governance, when there is, of course, regional control, they will not have such opportunity to tap into our mineral resources and exploit us. That is why they will want to frustrate every move in that respect.
Okay,
And
okay. US senators delay approval of proposed sale of 12 Cobra attack helicopters. They cite human rights violations and anti-democratic actions by the federal government. Can you list any of such human
I
rights?
think this is long overdue. I don't know why they have, why they should wait until this time. You see, it has been a recurrent incident, decimal, on the part of the said federal government. The purchase of those ammunitions were used to intimidate, to subjugate, to kill innocent citizens who are going about their legitimate duties, who, of course, have their right of expression has been, trampled upon, and which is quite unfortunate. So coming now, when it is rather not too late, because you can understand that most of the IDPs were bombed, were shelled by the Air Force. Is on record. Look at what is happening in Imo State. Most of the villages were shelled, bombed by the supposed government agents who should have protected the people, who should have shielded the people from such level of crime. And it is not a surprise. Whatever they are using, they thought by the use of those precision ammunitions, they will want to clamp down on the Biafran, pro-Biafran agitators.
Not the bandits.
Not the bandits. It was intended to clamp down on the Biafran agitators and probably Oduduwa agitators, who are, of course, acting within their legitimate rights, which, of course, is a protected opinion, constitutionally protected opinion. So it is the right step in the right direction Being the police of the world, the US will no longer watch this level of atrocity happening under their nose. There are there are video evidence to this heinous crime, to this atrocious violation of human rights. That life is no longer valued as far as Nigeria is concerned. The citizens have lost the right to live just on the basis that they found themselves within this contraption. You can't imagine the level of killing going on daily basis. A recurrent, most of which you're as a media house you under report such things because you may not have the opportunity access to those remote areas where such heinous crime are being perpetrated and covered up. Look at the Kaduna saga. You know how many people that were killed under 5 years. Most communities. You see, my concern is not just about the agonies of my people, the Biafran nation or indigenous people of Biafra. My concern is not just only about the level of atrocity being committed against them by the Nigerian state, but I also have concern for the ethnic nationalities within the northern regions, which are not predominantly Hausas. We have the Kajes, we have the Kanu'S, and the Nupes, and others. They risk being exterminated. They are the ones, of course, suffering this heinous crime. And their children and mothers have no place to call their home. How long should this continue? It's a crime against humanity, for crying loud, even in this 21st century. You see, what led to the Civil War has been worsened 100 times. You see, which of course is pointing to the fact that we might end up in another more devastating civil war, which eventually nobody will be spared.
IPOB threatens to shut down Southeast if Nnamdi Kanu is not released before August 18th. How can they pull that off? How can they achieve that?
Well, IPOB said that. Well, I'm not the spokesperson of IPOB. Before such declaration is made, they must have done their findings and they must have come up with other possible way of resolving the issue. I think IPOB has been very calm this time. They maintain the fact that they desire referendum through diplomatic process. You see, they are not violence as alleged by the Nigerian state. You can understand the level of calmness and discipline exhibited by this group in recent times. Of course, it had been their way of course, oppression. They don't resort to violence. But there is one thing that is clear we can't dismiss. When someone is pushed to the wall, when you have no other option than to resort to self-defense in order to ensure self-preservation, then you may not be blamed. So they have given conditions and which warrants whatever position they have made. That their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is under the custody, is behind the bar. He had been detained without any trial. You see, this is a clear deviation from the position of the law, which categorically stated that an alleged person or accused person is presumed innocent until proven otherwise by a competent court of law. I think these people understood the position of the law, but they don't want to play in line with what the law says, states categorically. So if that happens in a state of lawlessness, it is a crime to be law abiding. It is a crime to be law abiding in a state of lawlessness. If the judicial process is being intercepted or interrupted by the federal government, they are giving room for anarchy. They are giving room for the people to revolt. They are giving room for the people to deploy other measures in order to ensure that justice is being done. And the Nigerian state is, of course, must adhere to the tenets of democracy and the rule of law, which have been, I mean, very alien or strange to them. So the needful must be done, and to express the level of grievance and dissatisfaction over what is going, the level of killing and bombarding by the instruments of the state in those eastern region. They have the rights to, of course, engage in civil disobedience, which is not a violence approach. By calling on their own people, by calling on their supporters to engage in civil disobedience, in sit at home, it is not a violence process, which, of course, I must commend them for resorting to non-violence means to, of course, register their grievances or position.
What are your final thoughts, sir?
My final thoughts remains very simple. Nigeria at this time, the governments of the Nigerian states should understand that the entire world is watching. And besides, we cannot live or entrust our future in a system that is very destructive, in a system that is bent at exterminating us. We can no longer, I personally can no longer entrust my future in this present dispensation, in this system, because it does not, foster any hope or unity or prosperity for me and my people. So, having said that, we must chart the way forward. Virtually all the ethnic nationalities are no longer interested in this system.
All the ethnic
Nationalities, they have been expressing some level of dissatisfaction. From the Middle Belt, you understood what was happening in Benue State, where it has been turned to a killing field. Of course, Plateau is not left in this sphere of agony, the sphere of pain. And of course, is it the Southwest that are almost calling for safety in Benin Republic? You see, is it the Southeast that have been almost been turned to a genocide field, a killing field? So everybody is not happy. And when people are not happy, when there is a consistent agitation, when there is a dissatisfaction among the people, a sensible government will call for conference talk to find out the best way to resolve the issue.
Okay.
And if, of course, people continue with this level of agitation, then an opportunity will be given to everyone, including I myself, to decide whether I should continue to remain in this contraction, in this fair system, or not. That will only come by referendum. So there is nothing that is not negotiable.
Okay.
Even God sometimes says, come, let us reason together. God, the internal creator, let alone who is that person that would tell us that it is insoluble, non-negotiable. So it is high time you begin to tell the truth. You begin to accept the truth. Otherwise, whatever you see will force you to do the needful, even when it's against your position.
Okay, thank you very much.
Biafra, the way forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chigozie. I have also with me Mr. Samuel. Before he comes up, let me greet these people that our wonderful viewers here this morning. Thank you for being there, and thank you for also watching us here. Okay, let me have Mr. Samuel. Oh, no, they do stones.
Good morning, viewers at home. Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
The erudite, Mr. Samuel. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Dictatorship, democracy can't coexist. That's from Bishop Kuka.
Yes. Good morning, viewers at home. It is visible that Bishop Kuka is constant with the reality and is among the voices who, not considering the fact that as a religious leader, he has access to travel out. He has access to the good things of life. His relations and his loved ones can leave the country and decide to keep quiet. In fact, some people have questioned that why isn't Nnamdi Kanu making noise? After all, he's a dual citizenship. He can stay in the US and eat the money or negotiate with the government and take some good for portfolio and money, and that is okay. So, but everybody cannot keep quiet. The country will continue like this. Is this how UK looks like? Is this how South Africa is? Let's not even go to UK. Is this how the road in South Africa looks like? Is this how the educational sector looks like? Is this how their health system looks like? So,
50% increase for funding the educational sector.
in 2 years now, he said in 2 years.
Yeah,
But he did not do it in 6 years. So it's a political statement that he will never achieve anything until he goes. What he's good at doing is plain ethnicity and religious bigotry. That is what he has been doing, and that is what he will do in the next 1 year or two. So all the rest is just political rhetorics. So Bishop Kuka, we should clap for him for saying the truth. Saying the truth in this part of the world is the most difficult thing you can do. Coming out to stand here is the most dangerous thing you can do to yourself. Because you can be going and they just kill you and they just say, well, non-government, oh, it's rival court group, and that ends the case. So it is worrisome that majority of the men of God in quote who in 2014 were vocal are not vocal enough again.
We have to Bakari of recent.
That did what? That came out to speak like Coca. What did he say? I have not read any of his statements. Like the Save Nigeria group. So then, what has the Save Nigeria group that God told him then brought about now? So was God sleeping then? Was God not constant? Or it wasn't God that was speaking to him? You see, that's why when the Bible says, not all of them that call me Lord, Lord shall enter into my kingdom of daddy. God wasn't talking about the majority of those that called me Lord. He was talking about a leadership of the Christendom who directly or indirectly would have led some. So the question I'm directing to whoever wants to share that with, I'm not here to debate on Christianity or Islam. According to Karma, it is an opium of the masses, whereby it has been used in this part of the world majorly to brainwash a reasonable number. So in as much as I respect the man of God and his religious stand or whatever view he has, which is okay, is okay. So now the question now is, in evaluating his stand years back and where the country has taken us to. So what is the new Nigerian going to? I don't know. Maybe then, maybe he has gotten a new revelation. I'm not here to debate about religion, so it's not the most developed part of the world. Stable economies don't take religion or Christianity or Islam like the way we do. So I don't want to go into that in totality.
UK parliamentarian says that Nigeria at mercy of bandits and insurgents.
Nigerians what?
Nigeria at mercy of bandits, insurgents.
Even it's visible to the blind and audible to the deaf, and that is not the characteristics of a developed nation, a country that is moving further. Because when you indulge those you were supposed to speak in the language they understand, now that makes it difficult for you to be fair to other part of the country. I would have expected the government to deal more with the bandit than the way they are handling Sunday. Mere dialogue is okay for Sunday go and Nnamdi Kanu.
Mere dialogue.
Just that's all. How old is for Sunday Igboho 48? Nnamdi Kanu, how old are they? Just conversation, reasonable conversation. This, in fact, if you listen to the agitation, they are really nothing new. It's as a result of governmental failures. So that is how we got to where we are, if not for governmental failures. So the governmental system has caused okay, the cameraman wants to switch. Okay, so the governmental system and the governmental failure made Nigeria to get to where we are. So Sunday Igboho's agitation was only as a result of the failure of the security architecture to address the issues. So also is the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. It was as a result of the government, to be fair, in addressing the issues of the agitation from let's take a pause. From Femi. There are some people Muslim causing trouble in the bus stop. So this is the system the country has created us into. So I think frustration has gotten. That it is everywhere. Another level. This is an entire level. A man. Yes. Yes, and the man you're saying in question is a graduate from the University of Ibadan and with Chigozi as well. Two graduates that the system has joblessness. Most graduates in Nigeria don't have job, and that is Femi. So that is the system the country has made us to the kind of people that the system has produced. So, and it is a pity that we live in this part of the world. And at the bus stop, we find it's not only at the bus stop. That's the shocking part. The bus stop, this Flip TV has been able to cover a very little amount of the real picture of what is going on, because Flip TV cannot be everywhere. I wish other media station can go to other parts of Nigeria to show us what is going on in this country. So that is the funny part of what is happening. So back to the subject of conversation. Okay. The British has only said the obvious, because the British have more coverage and information techniques of what is happening in Nigeria, more than even so many Nigerian organizations that can report such issues. So they know the true picture of what is happening. The US came to Nigeria to pick up its citizens because they have a first-hand information of what is happening. So now the true picture is that the British has already said the obvious. So the government is not serious in fighting or facing insecurity, but others playing double standard and indulging the people from the northern region. Nigeria was denied the sale of 12 AH Cobra attack helicopters. They cited human rights violations, anti-democratic actions like federal. It's obvious now. It has happened before. So if you were in US, any sensible country will not engage in that. A country that brought guns to kill people at NSAS but cannot deploy the same thing to those who drop the Alpha, the Air Force jet. They can't do the same thing to the bandits who kidnap. NYSC are being kidnapped. The media is underreporting. The media is underreporting so many of such issues. That's the problem. The media is underreporting more than 80% of such issues in this country. So it shows you what. See, if the media reports just 30% of what is going on, especially in the east and northwest, in south itself to start with, the media is reporting less than 10-20%. So many issues the media itself has been gagged. That's why the other day you see NBC was telling news agency not to report cases of banditry. Even the one that is reported is less than 30% of the actual atrocities going on in Nigeria. There are so many issues that have never been on the media scene, and it has gone and died a natural death. So the problem is, we have so many problems that the current federal system cannot address it. So that is why people are clamoring that there should be restructuring, so that so many things on the exclusive list can come down to regional government, whereby the region. But since the power that be don't want the region, then they should move towards a total destabilization of the system. So that is what resulted to this agitation. If some things are restructured, so many agitation will stop because the concentration of the people will now be towards your closest administrators. So those are the major. So when you check most of the headline, the court judgment in respect to Akeredolu, you cannot be a governor at the same time be holding a position, an executive position in a political. The constitution of the country is clear. The constitution of the APC is clear about. But those are.
The president and minister of.
Well, he is more or less an executive position within the presidency. The political party is supposed to be a distinct from an elected office. So when you check the judgment itself, that is another slap on our judiciary. So the problem is, some people have come to a close conclusion that all these failures upon failures, bad governance on bad governance is not accidental. It is aimed towards a total end, which is a total destabilization. Because when the center cannot hold, the country will erupt. The north is erupting. You can deceive yourself to say we are one. We are one, and Boko Haram is flying flag in some local government of another territorial integrity. We are one. An Igbo man in the southeast does not see himself outside of the country. They are flying flag. We are one. Oduduwa is flying flag. We are one, not central. Benue and others are saying they are not part of this so-called entity that is not making them one. So, who is now going to be saying they are one now? Internationally, everybody have started pulling down themselves. So the oneness has been threatened. And the government is not doing. Both state actors are not saying. Some governmental people back here, they support the people where they agitate for different nations. People in governance are sponsoring Boko Haram. Jonathan said it. Buhari also said it. Boko Haram cannot have that sophistication of ammunition without people in government. So people in government, directly and indirectly, are aiding the division of the country. So that is why you can see a Boko Haram can hold down a country for more than 10 years with sophisticated ammunition. They have food, they have water for over a decade. So is it not glaring that some people within government don't even feel that we should be one as a result of their religious beliefs so that we can split? Why some, as a result of dreams and aspiration in other parts of the country, also want us to split? IPOB has strong sponsor within government or indirectly outside the government, just like Boko Haram, just like Sunday Igboho. There is a reason, there is a stage you can do this thing on an individual capacity. So it means that people in government, directly, you can keep deceiving ourselves as if we don't know, are directly with body language or silence supporting what is going on in every part of the country.
Now that we have such reports from the United States and United Kingdom, what should the federal government do?
They should not do anything. They should fold their hand and sit as they've always been folding their hand to sit.
Is that what you want them to really do?
It's not what I want. What I want them to do, they will never do it. I have my school, I don't know of any other people. People I know, Department of Political Science, University of Lagos, University of Ibadan, I know so many solutions of Nigeria. But they will implement one of it, even the APC committee set up by APC, by El-Rufai on restructuring. They did not implement it. So what do I want them to do? I want them to continue the way they are continuing. And let us be discussing how good the country will be like.
You are sounding like an unpatriotic Nigerian.
No, patriotism is the fact. It starts when you can say a truth in a country that you can be shot dead or in this bus stop and nothing will happen. That is the highest patriotism a man can do to a country. The risk of standing here is not to hide somewhere without a face. Because when you come out on such program, your face is known. They can take you down. The highest patriotism is when people, youth, came out to protest, etc., and they were killed in cold blood. Which patriotism do you want? When man has to risk his life on that stage, that is the highest you can do in human history.
So you are saying you don't want Nigeria to be better?
No, I've never said. The actions of the government, it is what you saw, you will read. And the actions of state actors has shown where the country will be in the next year. As of yesterday, dollar was 522. So by 2023, we've given them amount that dollar will be before 2027. It will reach 1,000 now. So it's not a matter of what I want has never been implemented. It will not be implemented. I told you and I'm saying it again. I have written a book the continuous secessionist threats of the indigenous people of Biafra to national security. In that book, I did interview in 4 eastern states and Delta, making 5. And I interviewed Professor Frank Collins, the HOD, Department of Political Science, Nnamdi Kanu University. I interviewed NC Agu, SNC Agu, an American-based Nigerian who was at that time doing his PhD in Nnamdi Kanu University. I also interviewed Dr. NC Abba, Nnamdi Kanu University. As at that interview, there are solutions we don't tire Nigeria self to read in that write-up. It has been published currently on a review section in 2 universities and 1 currently my lecturer, because I wrote that interview using qualitative and quantitative analysis by Dr. Mrs. Emodi Obafemi Awolowo. She's currently an associate professor. So she sent the copy for an international review. It's currently on a review. Solutions done too much for the country. So, but the point is, even in things that the government creates panel to bring out solutions, they don't implement. So such solutions have been in the public domain for years. And as I speak now, I'm currently doing another project with a friend. His name is Chinedu Ayogu on post-COVID economy of Africa and Nigeria as a case study. So the ones that have even in archives from 1980, 1970, 1960, which one have they implemented? That's the question. So the solution is so much that if you implement 1/10 of those solutions, they've solved the problem to a reasonable extent. In fact, from that recommendation, I wrote as a recommendation that for more integration, create a day or 2 as solidarity for acceptance of the death of the people that died in Biafra. What is there? 1 public holiday or 2 days, just like they did to MKO. So that's down the tension. Listen to the last broadcast of Nnamdi Kanu. You know that this guy is rational enough. He said the Yorubas fought so well, and they gave a public holiday for a man, MKO Abiola. But they cannot do. The elites of the Southeast cannot do that. So it shows that from his body language, if you read his messages, is somebody that can be spoken with on a dialogue level. This is not rocket science now. The solutions are here. But I feel that the government and the political side will not solve the solution, rather escalate it. Because the escalation will result to another level of escalation that will aid the division. So that's why I said if it is the will of God that the country will not stay together, then the actions of the people in government would always skyrocket the action for a division. Not because of the fact that people who clamor for division really love division. You know, it's 2 different things I've said. Not because they love, but when the solution to what will make Nigeria a more united nation is not always seen or pitched by the political actors to move further to address. You say no victor, no vanquish after the civil war, and you did not integrate and move on to do concrete efforts to address those parts. But you can be carrying the money of the South to be looking for oil in the dry north, and you say that money is 30%. Most of the places they will be looking for the oil is in the north. But the man is collecting. So at every point in time, the action is to divide more. So agitation and peaceful coexistence can never be granted in such a setting. So it's commonsensical. So the solutions are too much than the problem. If you go and read Reflection of Nigerian Civil War by Ralph Uche, the solution of what that guy gave after the civil war is so enormous that they've not implemented half. If they've implemented some of those solutions, by now Nigeria would have moved forward. Wouldn't be deliberating on what has division gotten to do if some of the key issues that Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu have said have been addressed.
Okay, thank you very much.
So you think the Igbo man is irrational not to know the numbers of Igbo cut across north and south to be asking for division? It's common sense. But the truth is, the system has not integrated him. You differentiate it and say the truth as it is. So if the system cannot put you as part of it, is it not better you pull out from it? It's common sense. So if the government is not serious, let them continue. God will do the best for Nigeria, either in division or in unity.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr.
Your friend is energetic this morning.
Mr. Adige.
He's very energetic. I don't know what's the
He
problem.
said he's a bossa.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe.
She should have gone for the Olympics.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
10 Nigerians were accused of doping in Nigerian Olympics. This Nigerian Olympics. 10 out of the 18 people that were noticed that they fell short of the doping exercise.
Doping to what extent?
Find drugs,
Okay, narcotic.
narcotic drugs in 10 Nigerians.
You know, naturally, if you are under the influence of narcotic, you perform above your natural ability. So that best explain the reason the organizers or sport generally they frown at people being on drug because you are smart other people who are using their natural.
I will relate that to Mr. Odige's his performance this morning.
No, I think Dige's issue. I don't think he's under influence of anything. I think that is his temperament. Because this is not the first time I'm seeing him act in that manner. Bible said that I think it's a function of Nigerian society, what Nigerians are made of. It tells you that if you have about 18 persons who by circumstance were to represent Nigeria and more than 80% of that tested positive to.
No. The 18 that was found out, 10 were Nigerians. Not that the whole Nigerian squad were 18.
I know. I look at the percentage of Nigerians who were in that, who went for the program and tested positive. What I'm trying to say in essence is, if the government was doing enough, I think it will not get to this point where Nigerians will go out to disgrace this country. Because we have government agencies that are saddled with the responsibility of sensitizing the people on the danger of taking drug, narcotic, like cannabis sativa, cocaine, heroin, SK, loud, name it.
Mr. Matthew, you know about all these things?
No, they are in the public domain.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say, generally speaking, they are all narcotic. Okay. We have a drug law enforcement agency. Their role should not stop at just enforcing the ban of these narcotics. They should go a step further in trying to sensitize the populace, the youths, about the danger of taking drug. And I believe it's part of their mandate. So what I'm trying to say is that they should do more. And again, the parents, the society, religious institutions, traditional institutions, they all have responsibility in this regard, not just government alone. Because whether you like it or not, drug can destroy human potential. There are some persons who will be addicted to cannabis sativa, for instance. They can no longer make any good of their life because they are so addicted to the point that all they think is how to take drug. There are some that they already used to taking cocaine. I know that taking cocaine is even capital intensive. You spend all your life earning on it. So for me, it's not a good omen, and it should be discouraged. And the way you should discourage it is to have a synergy kind of effort from all stakeholders. And when you are looking at stakeholders in this regard, you are looking at the immediate family of the parents, you are looking at schools, it starts from even primary, secondary, and secondary school. You are looking at religious institutions and traditional institutions that even have more authority over the people. So everybody should be involved. Because if you look at it, it is a deviant act. Okay. Naturally, taking of narcotic is a deviant act in Nigerian society and some other places in the world.
Okay.
So to that extent, at one point in time or the other, somebody would have tell a child that it is wrong to take narcotic. But again, peers have a way of influencing people in their daily life activities. So that is why at every stage of life, there should be processes in place to guide Nigerian youths on the right way of life so that they don't end up being addicted to narcotics.
Let's move over. U.S. senators delay approval of proposed sale of 12 AH-1 Cobra attack helicopters. They cite human rights violations, anti-democratic actions by the federal government.
Any government of the world has always gotten their own policy. And if you look at American policy, they have what they call nihil law. That nihil law forbids America to sell some category of arms and ammunition to any country that have history of human rights violation. Don't forget that under Jonathan, when Nigerian government needed to buy some category of jets, like Alpha jets, for fight against insurgency, American government cited nihil law, and for that reason, they refused to sell those category of arms and ammunition to Nigerian government. It was as if Nigerian government was frustrated since they could not buy from American government or American manufacturers. They went to South Africa when South African government had to seize some chunk of money that Nigerian government officials came with to buy arms and ammunition in South African black market. But if you look at it, Nigerian government is not doing enough. Why did I say so? If you look at the report of all these world-known international organizations like Amnesty International, American government, British government, France, most of the best of nations of this world, they look at the report of Amnesty International. So if Amnesty International is indicting you, it has great impact on your ability to do certain things globally. It has impact on how you relate with some nations. Don't forget that there are instances where Amnesty International have indicted Nigerian army, indicted Nigerian police, and the government will not do the needful to investigate it and bring the culprits to justice. Instead, they'll be tagging Amnesty International a partisan organization. And look at where it has taken Nigeria to. Because whether you like it or not, the government of America, they look at these reports and they take cognizance of it. They rely on them to arrive at their decision. Because these are organizations that have their correspondence on ground that gathers information. You can imagine a CNN doing a documentary, as reputable as CNN, doing a documentary on the shooting at Lekki Toll Gate. Look at the way Nigerian government reacted. Instead of looking for a way to get the military personnel who came to Lekki Toll Gate to exhibit that show of shame, the Nigerian government started attacking that reputable media house. So for me, as unfortunate as it is that American government is not willing to sell some category of attack helicopter to Nigeria and some other war armament, I think Nigerian government should go back and do the needful.
Okay.
Because if they start doing the needful, the world will start seeing that they are addressing those fundamentals.
Democracy, dictatorship can't coexist. That's from Bishop Kuka.
Democracy.
What's your take? Dictatorship can't coexist. What's your take on that?
I think if you look at Kuka, he's somebody I respect so much. He's endowed with knowledge and wisdom. But if you look at the tenets of democracy, you see that democracy and what other
Dictatorship.
Democracy and in fact, dictatorship have no place in democracy. What ought to take preeminence in democracy is rule of law. And unfortunately, the government of Nigeria is not giving the rule of law the leverage to strive. Because if you look at it, dictatorship is what the military is known for. And there is no aspect of Nigerian constitution that empowers either the police, the army, or even the president himself, or be it governor, to exhibit any level of dictatorial tendency. Because if you as a I will set an instance. Look at Macron, the president of France. There was an incident recently where he was slapped in the public. Imagine if that had happened in Nigeria, what the DSA would have done. That man that slapped the Macron wouldn't have survived it. So we are not even talking about this is even the president not provoking the person who attacked him. But in Nigeria, what you see is dictatorial tendency, impunity. We have seen instances where, even recently, look at this issue of Sunday Igboho. Is it not dictatorial in nature? Is it not impunity? Where DSS will invade the house of an individual under the guise of looking for guns, as they claim that he's stockpiling guns to destabilize Nigeria. And in the process, they killed 2 persons. They came out with impunity to tell the world that certain responsibility and culpability of even killing 2 of its aides. So that is dictatorship by our standard, and that is impunity by our standard. So, and in democracy, just like Kuka have said it, dictatorship have no place in democracy, because democracy is supposed to be built on rule of law, due process. Look at the way and manner Nigerian government brought Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria. That is dictatorship by our standard, against all known due process. Because even as we speak, British government have asked Nigerian government to explain the circumstances surrounding the extradition of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria, and they have not been able to do that. Then again, look at the way the government is handling a Sunday Bowl's issue. You see that it is even dictatorial in nature. So the activities of government, Nigerian government, the way they handle issues shows that they have no respect for rule of law. And you have a situation where even a British High Commission in Nigeria legitimately and legally sent a form to Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody to fill that form to give him consular assistance. It's a letter of assent for them to give him consular assistance. It is impunity and dictatorial for Nigerian government DSS to refuse him from signing that form. And even another form that came from a British legal firm that seeks to have given diplomatic assistance to take over the case, as Nigerian DSS have refused to allow him append his signature and return the form to the lawyer. It is still impunity and dictatorial in tendency, and it's unfortunate.
Okay, lastly, let's look at what would you advise the federal government now that we have UK speaking and also the US sanctioning Nigeria or denying Nigeria of.
But if you look at what is happening, to be quite honest with you, the way and manner Nnamdi Kanu was arrested and brought into Nigeria is an affront on British sovereignty. And because you don't operate outside your jurisdiction, outside your foreign frontier, outside your sovereignty. Nigerian foreign frontier ends with its borders. Now, if you go to Kenya and perhaps you liaise and colluded with some personalities, or it may even be the authority and government of Kenya to bring somebody back illegally, by our standard, it is a recipe for diplomatic row between Nigerian government and Britain. Because the man who you arrested, as at the point you arrested him, he was having British passport. So by our standard, you were dealing with a British citizen. And though Nnamdi Kanu is a born Nigerian, but he later acquired British citizenship. So since he did that, as at the time he have gained consciousness, it's even stronger than the citizenship by birth, because he did that with his consent as a mature personality. My final thought is that Nigerian government, irrespective of their opinion, they should allow the rule of law to strive. Irrespective of the opinion, they should allow due process to follow in the case of anybody that is accused for any crime. Because the law presumes any accused person innocent until proven otherwise by a court of competent jurisdiction. Okay. To that extent, anybody who has been accused, let me even remind you, look at Ezazaki. Ezazaki was arrested in 2015 in Kaduna State. He was accused of so many crimes. As at the time he was arrested, there was no law in Kaduna State that criminalized the allegation they levied against him. They kept him in custody. In 2017, the state government hurriedly went and enacted the law to accommodate the crime he committed. In 2018, he was charged. And look at the judgment of the court now, that the charge is not competent. Because you cannot charge somebody with a law that was not in existence as at the time the crime was alleged to have been committed. So that is the level of impunity you see in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. Mr. Lucky. Mr. Lucky, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, viewers. My name is Lucky Ayaguna, Edonobi, Lagos. Yes, that's my slogan.
Mr. Lucky.
Yes, sir.
Electricity. National grid collapses again as blackout spreads.
I weep for this country. In this year, this is three times. This 3 times. And we are paying with our nose and mouth. The last bill they brought for our house was 91,000 naira. And more than this year, 3 times, to tell you that the way this government is the way our electricity, because nothing can work. That's why I see a president cannot work. For 6 years, Muhammadu Buhari, let me mention name, has not been working. Likewise, electricity have not been working. Where you see electricity, maybe where they, in fact, if you check, they might be using generator to give us light. That's why we are paying much higher. Because if you check most of the street, everywhere you see generator. That is not good. A big country, 200 millions. We cannot generate even 5,000 megawatt. But people like South Africa, 35,000, 60,000, 70,000, 40,000, 20,000. But here where we are, how many? My brother, where you have an analog president, where you have weak president, if you have work president, it's not working. Even vice president is not working. Things are bound to collapse. So that's why I say this year, national grid have collapsed 3 times. If you go back, this is 3 times. So it's not a new thing. Nigeria is a failed state.
Okay. U.S. lawmakers stopped $875 million arms sale to Nigeria. The reasons they gave is because of human rights violations and anti-democratic actions by the federal government.
I give you U.S. 3 bosa. You know why I do that? I like U.S. When their name is talk and do. When they say it, they do it. Not like Britain. If Nnamdi is a full citizen of London, London supposed to 24 hours ask Buhari to return Nnamdi to either Kenya or to London. But if it's America don't waste time. Look at the lawmaker. Sit down, can't that be that they should stop that 8-something billion naira, I mean millions, 800-something million. Yes, and I'm happy. That is a warning signal to our government, to our president, who cannot build hospital in Nigeria here and telling people not to travel to go and treat themselves. But you travel and people are watching. People are just talking, lamenting. They cannot even protest. Where are you going? Stay here. Want to die here, die here. People are dying here. People are surviving here. So why are you traveling where you cannot build? This is 6 years. This is a man who was criticizing former president that cannot even build hospital. But since Buhari came on board, he has been traveling for hospital just here to go and check here, to go and check teeth. Imagine. So which signal are you sending? So all this money he has been borrowing. He has not even put the money somewhere. Let's say, look at one hospital, a specialist hospital. So it's to tell you that we have no president, we have no government under APC 6 years. So I'm not surprised, US. You have no human rights. Imagine, how can you carry Sisaki with his family and 2 children died and the man is blind for 6 years without doing nothing, amending law? You can say human rights. We have no human rights at all under this president. Let's even agree that Nigeria is a failed state, but the previous president, they did not behave the way this man behaved. And Nigeria knew that this man was a military, during military time, it was bad. a way they still went and bring in 2015. After 2015, I expected them to change. They still went and voted again. Yoruba say, Ejekolola Konsi. The meaning of that, let it go one time again. Let it go second time. Now you have got the second time. We are all dying one by one. So you can see, I love US for them taking that action. And I pray they should take more action. I don't trust Britain. I don't trust Europe. I don't trust those people. Those people, they are one kind. I don't know whether they collect bribe, abuse the oil. After all, US, I love them for one thing. When they say yes, yes, they knew that Buhari has no human rights record. So that's why they decided to stop. If Bishop Coker can go there and tell the Congress, why can't British do the same thing? If, see, that, imagine, why can't British be giving this man PIP?
The president?
Yes, he doesn't deserve it.
Is the president?
My brother, we are dying here. What are you talking about? He doesn't deserve it.
That does not take away the fact that he's not the president.
Look, let me tell you something. It's like maybe if the UK are benefit from him, we are not benefit. If I have a father and the father doesn't take care of me, he doesn't give me what I need, it's not, that's a worthy father. It's not a father. I'm telling the truth. So we don't like him. Why we don't like him? Because he's a person that needs security, no water, no food, nothing. We are paying with our nose. Students are not going to school. Look at Kaduna. The students are not going to school. Our school shut down. Even the one that is going to school, I just managed there. School fee has not been paid. Nothing food. Yesterday, are you not imagine farmer in Abuja? Abuja is not even safe. Abuja is not safe. Imagine kidnapping in Abuja. That is where all the power of military, that's where they are. Even Kaduna, where they have military, everything weapon. So we are not safe. It's by the grace of God that we are living in Lagos. So what I'm saying is that I love that area, that US taking that action, and I expect the British to do the same thing.
Yeah, British said that Nigeria is at mercy of bandits and insurgents.
The British can only talk, they don't take action. They can only talk, they don't take action. Look at the US stopping Nigeria in terms of that, the need of weapons. That they knew that even buying it, they are not using it. Are you not, listen to me, are you not hearing the bandits are shooting play down? Are you hearing me? That money, why can't you channel that money to the poor people? Well, like, if I'm doing something now, if other people are doing something, going to farm, I don't think they will have time to go and shooting play down. Why can't you use that money to make things for people? Why can't you use that money to make rice? You know, let people eat. When I eat, I don't have time to go and start fighting government. Are you aware? During Yaradua time, do we fight Yaradua? During good Lord, do we fight good Lord? During Obasanjo, do we fight Obasanjo? Things was going fine. I don't have, not that we are lazy. We are not lazy. We are working. But this man just came and grant everybody down. Every day, borrow. You don't even see where he's putting it. Let me tell you, he said he has spent more than 60% of annual money he's collecting, borrowing to farmers. But farmers are crying that we have not seen anything. I'm not going to Abuja and see. They are crying. People can go to farm. You know how much for yam? I always mention yam because that is what I love most. How much for bag of rice? Look at dollars now. Where people are trying, let me tell you, you remove 5,000 offices of blue change, and you know they have workers there. But I love that area. I love that area because the reason is his brother. They pack all these dollars for CBN and give it to them to be trading. That's our Niger Delta's money. So let them, by the time put them out of work, I believe they will face him. If the southerner cannot face him, let his brother face him and push him out, just the way they use Boko Haram pursue Jonathan after that place.
Thank you very much,
Thank you very much.
Lucky. I have Mr. Sunday. Okay, your glass is not black today. Good morning. So how are you?
Fine.
How is Nigeria?
Nigeria is gone.
We are in Nigeria.
I'm not in Nigeria. I'm in the zoo, Animal Kingdom. Everybody do anything like, you know that when you visit Animal Kingdom, you go see how lion will be pursuing antelope will be running away, and elephant will be chasing lion because lion is afraid of
in this your
elephant.
Animal Kingdom, who is the lion and who is the antelope?
The lion we have are the government working like a lion, roaming about, seeking for who to devour. That is why a news intelligence report that come yesterday that the bandit that Buhari is now painting and bringing together and now moving to have a training of Boko Haram and ISWAP. Now they want to be a giant terrorist. Eh? And we still having people as a government that claim that they are ruling a particular people. A people that claim that they are government too, but they have nothing to offer to the people that they are ruling. And those kind of people are still working freely in the north. And now they have a right to go and join the Boko Haram and ISWAP and having a military training, a terrorist training. Who they want to combat? Me and you. Because they will not see this, those government of a king, they will not see them. That is why when situation come now. I tell you yesterday, Buhari, they say he traveled to London, I've been here for education summit.
A medical checkup.
A medical checkup. And this is Nigeria he come from. And I'm still wondering why this UK of 18 will allow Buhari to come for US, for UK, for medical checkup. Upon the whole hospital we have in Nigeria, no one can check Buhari for only checkup, not for treatment. It's alarming, man. Nothing. I don't see this country going forward anymore, because that's why I say Nigeria is only a country that I call them backward ever, forward never. That is the name of Nigeria. Instead of to go forward, they go backward. Dollar, how much is dollar this morning? How much is dollar now, Pat? $1 to dollar in Nigeria now is 525, 525 naira. Before December, let me tell you now, 1,000 naira they go see dollar. That is where
this year December.
Yes, before December reach, dollar will reach 1,000 naira, because under Buhari, I've come. All the Mumu senators, when I don't feel kick that man out of that seat, they occupy that seat for how many years? For 6 years where they occupy the seat of president. He never do anything, no. He have been causing problem, trouble. Go to this region, cause problem. Go to this one, cause problem. Enter this one, he will cause problem. When I don't feel come out for there. My brother,
I want to read something to you. Why Buhari prefers to have medical checkup in the UK? Let me read. The special advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari on media and Femi Adesina, he said that his boss prefers to have his medical checkup in the United Kingdom because Nigeria's doctors do not have his medical profile. So the people that have his medical profile are not in Nigeria. That's why
the UK, the one that have his medical profile.
Yes.
Because the evil agenda he have, he's afraid that maybe they will give him injection that will kill him. But make us tell him now that UK said go give him injection we go so kill him. If he no, he's afraid of people that is ruling, and he want to be a president to those same people that is afraid. He's afraid that so that Nigerian doctor will not give him evil injunction that will kill him one time. Because if I'm a doctor to him, at this stage, I will give an injunction we go kill him. Because I will never give him anything that will make him to live. Because Buhari living is causing problem. Every day. Okay, now look at, he go to that London now, he's there causing problem. Causing problem to Nigeria. He want to borrow money. He want to US to buy equipment. Thank God that US are not like Mumu Nigeria senator. They had to block that move because they won that they bought before. What are they using for? We have many private fighter jets that Buhari bought from the same US, and they carry it to do a sample, and they'll be snapping picture with that private jet, fighter jet in army base and Air Force base. They will be snapping picture with the fighter jet, and the bandits are killing people, kidnapping every day and night. Keep on kidnapping, killing, raping, everything in the north. And the same private jet, now Buhari want to go and borrow another money again. Thank God that US lawmaker throw that request out. They are not like those our rubber stamp senator we have here. In the so-called country called Nigeria, all of them you see them, they are all rubber stamp. That's why you see that anywhere. You know why this country don't die? Do you know why? A country, when if a governor come for APC or PDP, if they want to do local government election, all the whole local government chairman will become APC because it's APC ruling the state. If they say that PDP ruling, all the whole local government election that day is only PDP that will win. That country, it is the country feel good. You don't feel good because they want to turn the state to one-party system. And that is the problem we have in Nigeria for now. And if this governor now come out for that APC, join another party, or the local government chairman also go follow them. Who are they fooling? They are deceiving themselves, thinking they are deceiving us. To the notice of everybody, Nigeria is not existing.
IPOB is saying that they will shut down Southeast if
They can do it.
federal government does not release Nnamdi Kanu.
They can do it. Those one, they don't trade on the mad and cannot do it. They must do it. IPOB is one of the giant agitation we have now in the southern of Nigeria. How many Yoruba people are speaking? Only the Yoruba now that rise up now for Sunday Igboho. I thank God for some of those their elder, those the chief, Oni of Ife and Anko. Those are the ones that rise up now. But when you talk about those old governors, they are afraid of their taskmaster, Muhammadu Buhari, so that he will not come after them. Muhammadu Buhari have enslaved all the governors. He put them under in power hand because of 13%. If you talk, that's why Governor Wike will be lambasting Buhari. So Buhari refused to give him the money that belonged to him in the state. Because of what? He's not speaking in the favor of Buhari because he don't want to be a taskmaster to them. But those who, all these governors that become a taskmaster, that make Buhari their taskmaster, they are afraid. Because if they speak against Buhari now, Buhari go send a terrorist with army uniform after them. A terrorist with DSS uniform because he have recruited many of them in different quarter, different angle, killing people, killing innocent people. Nigeria is most dangerous country in the whole surface of the earth now. This country, Nigeria, is the most dangerous country because of the people we accommodate. Because of the people we accommodate. If you go to North can accommodate anybody. Anything that come to North to accommodate them. The same thing with the West. They accommodate criminal. You live in some house, the people that are living there, you not know what they are doing. Money to house. Money to night, they will not go work. From month to month, they are stay at home. And you will not ask the person, what are you doing? They will be accommodating evil people. That's why when you see that they will come, those bandits prefer to operate in the north because the northern people welcome them. But you cannot operate in the east because if you, as far as you are a northern Muslim, knocking head. But we have some Yoruba will be Muslim that are good. But when you go to north, all those ones, their life don't expire. They have made themselves evil. They have made themselves enemy to themselves and enemy to other people. That is why it's not that we hate them, but they first hate us. They make us be as if we are not human beings. They make us look as if we are not somebody that can live. Because myself, that's after I begin to realize that the reason why people are clamoring that they want to divide is because of those people in the north. Because the northern people, they don't get sense. Their sense showed it really well that those people are really cowards. And they are ready to kill because of what? Because of their Allah. My brother, please, UK, United Nations, when I ask Buhari question, the people when they kill, now who send them a kill? I mean, the Allah tell us they recruit all these bandits. Because one of the bandit leaders say is the northern leader that bring them to this country. Even the name Buhari among them, all of them. They say Buhari, they are among people that brought them to this country. If from today Buhari cannot help bandit, he should leave Nnamdi Kanu or else we will put fire in Aso Rock and the house and all your family will kill them. Thank you. My brother.
That is his opinion. It does not represent the position of Flip TV. Okay, I want to read this information I just got about Abba Kyari, the Nigerian Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team and Deputy Commissioner of Police. We know Abba Kyari. There's an information that connects him to Hush Puppy. Okay, Nigerian fraudster Hush Puppy narrates how he paid bribes to police chief Abba Kyari in $1.1 million deal. Abbas, that is the Hush Puppy, has asked Kyari to arrest and jail a fellow fraudster, Kelly Chibuzo, Vincent, after they both were locked in a dispute. So, Nigerian infamous suspected fraudster Ramon Olorunwa Abbas, alias Hush Puppy, who recently pleaded guilty in the United States, has narrated how he bribed Nigeria's celebrated Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, according to court documents. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, a criminal complaint initiated the prosecution of Hush Puppy in February as court documents ordered on seal show that Abbas, a 37-year-old Nigerian national, pleaded guilty on April 20th. So The news is that Hush Puppy has revealed that he paid bribes to Abba Kyari, $1.1 million. Let's have Mr. Okonkunda. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Chris.
You heard what I just read.
Yeah, for
Abba Kyari.
Abba Kyari, yeah, I had it.
Who is to be trusted?
I'm coming.
Okay, you can.
In the name of the Lord God Almighty, Lord Jesus Christ, the Savior of mankind, Father Yahweh, I thank thee, I glorify your name for making me to be alive, for making all of us to be alive in this world, for keeping Nnamdi Kanu alive, keeping Sunday Igboho alive, all our viewers in abroad. I thank God on your behalf for allowing all of you to be alive. I thank God for giving us the air we breathe for free. May His name be glorified in Jesus' name. I am Mr. Okpara, the new Okokondem, in this Second Republic of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB government of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Republic of Biafra. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live Sunday Igboho. Long live Sunday Igboho. Long live Oduwa Republic. Long live Oduwa Republic. Long live Oduwa Republic. Long live Nigeria. Nigeria will live, but we will separate. Everybody go to his own way, and we become a neighboring nations. So shall it be in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay. Hush Puppy. You know Hush Puppy?
Yeah.
He confessed to bribing Abba Kyari. You know Abba Kyari is the Commissioner of Police, Deputy Commissioner of Police.
Of police.
$1.1 million. Who is to be trusted in Nigeria?
I will trust Hush Puppy.
Hush Puppy.
Hush Puppy. I will trust him. Because if that deal is not transparent between Kyari and him, he could not have mentioned his name. Why did Hush Puppy mention my name? Why did he mention your name? Why didn't he mention the name of one of the senators? Why didn't he mention the name of other police commissioners? But it's this one that he mentioned. The deal is real. You understand? This is to show you that everybody, all the whole hierarchy in this present government are corrupt people.
Most of them, not all.
I say all. There's no one of them you bring his file now that is genuine. There's no one of them you look his annuals, you will not see shit, no matter how they wash it. You will see shit there. When they tell you good morning, when this present regime, Fulani government APC of Nigeria, when they tell you good morning, go and look your time. It must surely be a minute after 12. If they tell you by 8 a.m. good morning, go look your time. It is some minutes after 12. Their good morning is not their good morning. You understand what I'm saying? So what that guy, that superstar, fraudulent superstar, I call him fraudulent superstar. What he claimed, what he said is reality. Go and do verification.
Okay.
Go and do research. It's reality. I believe so. That is reality. I believe so.
Okay. U.S. lawmakers stopped $875 million arms sales to Nigeria. They are citing human rights violations, anti-democratic actions by the federal government.
First of all, I don't know how I will thank U.S. Lawmakers. I don't know how I will thank them. I don't know how I will pray for them for taking a bold step, a right step like this.
How do we have weapons? How do we get weapons in fighting insecurity?
Which insecurity you are fighting?
We are denied of.
The one they get before, whom do they use to fight? I think there was a deal between them in the time of Trump. Trump said that deal will never be delivered until after 2023. But when Joe Biden entered, he delivered that thing because he have already paid. Where will they use it? Then we import the weapon, bought tanks, armored cars, and they said they want to convert it to a battlefield or whatever they call it. Then Boko Haram will come and hijack the tank, carry the tank, go, and raise their flag up. How do they know that tank will be lifted on the way? The operators, the army, the soldiers that are moving with that tank, where are they when Boko Haram came to hijack it? The weapon they bought before, where are they? Is it not the one they're using against agitators? Boko Haram, we take anti-aircraft, bring the fighter jet down. No government will go against them. But when the Biafrans, the Oduas, say we don't want killing in our land, federal government will go against them. They are using the weapon, the little one they have, they are using it against the innocent people. Look at NSAS. The weapon they bought, they use it on NSAS. Then why should America say weapon to them?
What would these are fight bandits?
The one, and this is what I'm asking you. The one they go, whom do they use to fight? Where is the bandit they fight? Is it not the separatists they're fighting? Is it not the people that said, no, don't bring Fulani herdsmen to kill us? Then we bought the weapon and they equipped Fulani herdsmen. And they equipped the Fulani Muslim foot soldiers.
Are you saying that there's no onslaught against bandits?
There's no onslaught. There's no onslaught. There's no onslaught against, not like a bandit. Bandit is the people who take arms to steal. But these people are killers. They are kidnappers. When they kidnap, then the parents of the people they kidnap will go and pay them. They take our children, innocent children, the future of tomorrow, making trade. If the parents refuse to pay them, they will kill them. Okay, look at this last one they released. Parents carry bag of rice, bag of fish, anything edible. Go give them and still give them money before they release. Is it a country like this you set arm to? A kidnapping country, you send arm to? A country like this? Okay, the weapon they have, which weapon they have? All the whole current weapon they bought, who is using it? The weapon the Fulani herdsmen Boko Haram are using are more sophisticated than the one that just security agents are using. Where do they get it? Who bought it for them? Is it not the weapon that Nigeria bought that they deliver to them? How many Zanzibar forests have they bombed? Gumi know all the whole location of these barbarian kidnappers. Fulani herdsmen. Mianti Allah sponsor them. Where will Mianti Allah get money to sponsor them? From our crude oil. I thank God that American lawmakers are not like Nigerian lawmakers. I thank God what happened. Nigerian lawmakers should learn from American lawmakers. And the so-called Nigerian presidency should learn from American president. As the lawmakers bind it, the American president use what they call veto power to say no, he will sell the arms to Nigeria. This is a government that is well organized. This is a government that loves human being. This is a government that cares for human being. This is a government where uprightness is moving. This is why you say, yesterday, America hold the debt, we are the highest debted nation in the world. I tell you, nah, that is lie. See what America is doing.
America is the most indebted nation in the world. It's a fact.
But see what they are doing. This is why their debt is not affecting them. Because they stand on the truth. And look at their logo. Look at their slogan. In God, we trust. Where do Nigeria trust? In Fulani herdsmen. Where do Nigeria trust? In Mianti Allah. Peace and unity. Come to Nigeria court of arms. Peace and unity. Where is that the peace? Where is that the unity? In Nigeria. To tell you everything Nigeria is doing is fake, lie. America, I clap hand to you. Lawmakers, I clap hand to you. This is a type of government I want. A government that will stand on truth. A government that will take action. Not like a British government that are playing hanky-panky. Everything, British government will do it like this. Looking for their personal interest. Looking for commerce. That's why America is a world police. What America know that is wrong, they will not do it. But when you do it, they checkmate you. I thank God this is not the time of Obama. Had it been Obama is on the throne, you could have given, you could manipulate with his demonic, satanic, Illuminati power. You could manipulate the House to pass it. American lawmaker, I thank you. And this is a decision I want the whole world to take. If they move for this first step, if they sanction Nigeria for everything, Even sanction Nigeria not to sell oil again. This present government, we hear the word of international community. Look at how they are playing international community. Look at how Nigeria are delivering international community, breaking the law, international law, doing whatever they like. I pray that it should not end in this stopping of selling arms. American government should contact the whole world leader to stand against Nigeria. If it's possible, let them take their warship, block Nigerian territorial sea, as America blocked Cuba in the 60s. They should block Nigeria air in the air, block Nigeria on the land, block Nigeria on the sea. Pose hard sanction on Nigeria. Although I myself, I will follow to suffer. But when the people in National Rock, when they don't see to eat, as I don't see to eat now, when hunger catch all of us, they will succumb. Because, but by and by, China will give them loan. By and by, British will support them. By and by, these small African countries will support them. This is what Nigeria is doing like this, as if they are outlaw in Babylon. Senate, Nigerian Senate, Nigerian rep, learn from America, lawmakers. Learn from America, lawmakers, and stand on the truth. And do what is needful, so that you people can redeem your own personal image. Now, I'm not talking of image of Nigeria. You people, will, any lawmaker now that travel out, they look at him as a barbarian. They look at him as a person who don't know his left from right. Because how you people made your own law in Nigeria here. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. You people are falling into pit that the people cannot be able to come out in the name of sovereign nation.
Okay.
Yes? Any other issue?
No, your final thought now.
My final thought.
Final thought.
My time have expired.
Final thought.
Okay. My final thought, or my final saying, or my final verdict is, Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh, let my people go. Pharaoh, let my people go. The Pharaoh of Nigeria, let my people go. The power that hold Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja now, I command that power destroy in Jesus' name. Let the Igbohu go. Release on the Igbohu. Release Nnamdi Kanu. Let Biafra go. Let Oduduwa go. We are tired of Nigeria. Nigeria be on your own. Listen, no, these Fulani people don't know what is happening. If Nigeria divide, Fulani will have time. They themselves will be free. They will have time to rear their cattle wherever they want to rear. They have time to do their open grazing. They have time to do their cattle colony. Yes. Now, Biafra will not disturb them again. Oduduwa will not disturb them again. Now, if Nigeria divide, if for Fulani, they will have care. They have time, have the space to do their cattle ranch in Nigeria. Biafra will not disturb them again. The Nigeria will be their own, as Nigeria is their own.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Omo Biafra. Onara kwanora. Onye njiro pabude chende nche mgbe niile. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, ebe no anara kwanora. Nọrọ na ekpere. Fataja will get delivered n'aha Jesus. Sunday Igbohu, wherever you dey, be in prayer. The Lord God Almighty will deliver you. The God of Oduduwa will deliver you. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Omo Biafra no abroad. Continue. And my humble nagba. Simon Ekpa. Continue. And my humble nagba. Victory is for us in Jesus' name. Biafra win the war. Biafra win the war. Biafra win the war. In the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Mr. Kule, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I could say Mr. Okokodem, I mean, and I'm in spirit with him, the way, because it's so touchy, right? It's so touchy, man. So touchy.
Okay, there are some stuff I don't want to discuss with you. You might feel so disheartened.
Yeah.
But let me move over.
Yeah, you're free, man. You're free. You're free to do that. Let's open mind.
Our national grid has collapsed again, as blackouts threats. Despite the fact that people are paying high for electricity. You have inconsistent facilities, structures. We have not been able to have 5,000 megawatts. Now, another news that our national grid has collapsed. What's your take on that?
You see, in a country where the evil reigns, how do you expect to have light. As I'm talking now, we are in a dark world in Nigeria here. Dark world economically, dark world politically, dark world governmentally, and the whole thing is all about what we should be clamoring for is let there be light. Let there be light on injustice, on justice. Instead of injustice, let there be light on justice. Instead of darkness, let there be light, on darkness. And instead of bad governance, let there be good governance. In a country you don't have good governance, is to cater for the masses. In a country you don't have good governance, to support the less privileged. In a country you don't have good governance, that you created two laws, one law for the riches and one law for the poor. How do you expect? The least thing you expect is for the national electricity turban to work, because all of them, they knew what is going on, but they purposely want to put us in darkness. How can you be talking of, say, a whole Nigerian has 3,000 megawatts? The highest they ever had is 5,000 plus megawatts, which they distribute all around and the dam that supply the electricity, the Kanji dam, it's been there for a while. Nobody do anything to it. Then the Madula, what's it called? The Madula power project they are doing, Mambila power project they are doing now. I don't think they take it serious much, the way it is. And I learned it's even China that is financing it. So I don't know why good things is hard to do in this country. The only thing we keep hearing, I expected this morning now that if you open the pages of newspaper, we'll be reading our great national megawatt has increased to like 12,000, 15,000. South Africa has over 70,000 megawatts they share. A country that is less than 40 million or so million people, or 50 million people, they has 70,000 megawatts they share among themselves. But yeah, either you get 3,000 today, it's slumped down to 2,000. See, it's only a country that evil reside, that you will be witnessing all these negative things. So that is just it. Our leader, they should just think, rethink, and change for life. And if they cannot change for life, let us call this country, if the country is too big enough. We are not talking of, if you are saying secession, the main thing is, the truth has to be told. This country has to be restructured. We cannot continue like this. There's no how this country will work like this. If you like, go and bring Biden from America. Go and bring Boris Johnson from, go and bring Macron from France to come and fix this country. It cannot work because the system has already deteriorated from the scratch, from the foundation. So it's more or less, look at what is happening now. Once you are a president, the power the Nigerian president holds, I think is is the most powerful president in the world now, where he can just, before he talk, the security apparatus under him that he has control over them must have taken, going swing into action and abuse the right of every citizen. They just go ahead and abuse the right of every citizen without thinking of the consequence. You could see how our state security are working. You could see how the police are working. You could see how the military men are working. They can just pounce on anybody. Once you step on toes or you go against what the government in power, allude to, they will count you as enemy of the government and they maltreat you. You could see what happened to those 5 guys that wore Buhari must go t-shirt. It's their feelings, their opinion. It's not that one is not inciting. That's what they feel. We are copying democracy from America, for God's sake. An average American can just say, I don't want Biden. Biden must go. That's his own opinion. He's expressing. And he has a right to his opinion. You can't just gag his opinion, say, this thing you are doing, you are insulting the president, you climb him down into cell for 7 years. For 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That's not proper. Look at this Zazaki. Although what they did, I'm against the breach of human peace, because they went against. They can charge them for that they block the road during their possession from the Nigerian military officers to pass. If you are protesting, you must create an avenue for the people that are not, taking part in your protest, for them to move around. I can't be protesting now against any bad administration and say people should not move, people should not walk. The opinions are different, feelings are different. So what they did to Ezazaki, they turned that man to blind man, they crippled him, they lost a lot of children. So I don't, but that one is, I don't want to dabble into it because it doesn't, I don't really care much about what went on there because it's an Islamic affairs, So, but what I'm just saying is, this government, for us to be okay in this, they have to buckle up their belts. And I don't think there's a bet for them to buckle. So the issue,
I don't think there's a belt
for them to buckle. Yes, as it is now. Why I'm saying that is a government that does not listen to opinions. If you advise the government or if you criticize the government, when you criticize someone, you put the person, constructive criticism, you put the person on his toes to do the right things. The world leaders, the best leaders you have in the world are the leaders that listen to criticism, not the leaders that look at criticism as an hate speech, criticism as a bad what's it called, bad dislike of the government in power. We don't want that. If you do well, it's to your glory. If you do bad, it's to your glory. You have a name to answer. So that's just one thing. But when you're in power, always remember there will be life after power.
Okay, your final thought, Mr. Okay, let's look at the U.S. Denying Nigeria of the arms sale.
Yeah, it's part of what we've been saying now. The human rights abuse. It's human rights abuse. You could see there was a scene that happened in Abuja, like last week, that the guy, like during Europa Nations Cup, that they play England and Italy, a guy went to restaurant to watch football with his within a barrack with his girlfriend. On their way coming up, a gun-touted policeman brought out a gun. Only God knows who we were chasing then. And the guy approached him. I just passed the message to him: don't handle this your gun well, so that there won't be accidental discharge. And you know what? What the guy said, I don't know that was what inflated the policeman, and he was shot from the back. He didn't even know how the bullet came up. And the guy now, as I'm talking to you, is dead now. He's dead. He died like 6 days after. He died. So is it that kind of country that you say you want to be selling ammunition to? That once this ammunition gets into the security, the security details, they misuse it. They misuse it. Give a security man, be an escort of the governor. You don't see them when they are passing. Can't you see how they handled, as if the governors are God? They mismanage this weapon and they abuse it. That is the problem. And the American government know that. The only thing the Nigerian government know how to do is to oppress the masses with security men. And it's happening. If you go to DSSL now, you see a lot of people that have been there 5 years. You see a lot of people that have been, and if you catch a criminal in this country, you catch a suspect, you've assumed a criminal. They can even go ahead and shoot the person that, without even trial. So that's the abuse of ammunition, the abuse of this weapon. The US government know. They are watching. Maybe they have embassy. They have embassy here. They have consular that give them reports about the country. Okay, let us know the human rights stance of this nation you have as an ambassador, as a consular. They process everything and send it back. This country we have now is a police state, and it's a gun-touted state where security men can easily molest any citizen, can easily shoot any citizen. You read of unknown soldier. How did we come about unknown soldier? If a soldier kills you now, they can't even identify the soldier. There is no, but thanks for the advent of social medias now. So I think that's one has putting fear into them for injustice and unnecessary killing. And thank God for the NSAS that came up to. You could see what we witnessed like 3-4 years ago in the hands of the SAS men. Innocent people will just be bungled into car, take them to any, kill them. Or one power drunk cop can just come and fire anybody at his will, and nothing will be done.
Okay.
But thank God to the NSAS that brought that
much.
to. Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much,
It's a pleasure.
I have Mr. Raphael here this morning getting set to do justice to the headline this morning. Raphael, good morning.
Good morning, Chris and Chiku, my brother.
I will never forget your statement that if Nnamdi Kanu is cited at the Abuja court, he's not going back.
Yes.
IPOB has come out to say that they are going to shut down Southeast if the federal government does not release Nnamdi
Sit
Kanu.
at home order.
How do you look at that threat?
That's a very good issue. Should understand the issue that, as you know, a technique, as a vignette, to let the government, be apprehensive of our support, tacit support, TACIT, tacit support for our brother Nnamdi Kanu.
Can they pull that off?
Let me tell you, to prove it, anytime, if it is 3 times in a week, Southeast will be shut down. Sit at home order. If it could be 3 times in a week, everybody is going to comply. That shows the level of support, love we have for Nnamdi Kanu. That shows the level of anguish, pain we are going through right now because of the detention of this innocent young man. That indicates how unified or united we are this time around to champion this cause of Biafra agitation. That will indicate that Igbo man anywhere, both in America, Germany, Asia, Antarctica, Australia, the kind of support we have for Nnamdi Kanu is an indication, an apparent indication that every Igbo man everywhere around the world is an IPOB member. I always buttress my point that people are misinterpreting the meaning of indigenous, indigene. No Igbo man is from the cloud. No Igbo man is from air. No Igbo man, pure Igbo man is from southwest. Every Igbo man born of woman womb is from southeastern Nigeria. I think you understand. So we all are IPOB members. I think you understanding me. So let me tell you, what Asari Dokubo is vomiting out from his mouth is a bullshit. Asari Dokubo is saying that a joy is the owner of Biafra. Because of Bight of Guinea, after Bight of Guinea, you have Bight of Biafra. It stretches across from that axis to Lagos, where you have Bight of Benin. Asari Dokubo is trying to tell us that a joy is the owner of Biafra, that himself is from a jaw. That's what it portends. But let me tell you, Asari Dokubo is a man from Arochukwu, Abia State. He's an Igbo man who has eaten a lot of bribes, who has taken a lot of money from federal government of Nigeria to thwart this agitation for emergence of Republic of Biafra. We know that he has been playing double standard right from Obasanjo regime, Yaradua regime, Jonathan regime to this current junta government. Junta government of General Buhari. He has been eating money, they have been giving him money, has been eating money at the expense of the innocent blood of Niger Deltans. Niger Deltans, militants, agitators, militants were killed, had been killed, and are still dying now. And this pig, Asari Dokubo, is not apprehensive, is not moved of the fact that his brothers are being killed and mined by Federal Republic of Nigeria. He accepts bribe. He used the bribe, the money given to him by the federal government of Nigeria, to build schools outside Nigerian soil. Togo, Benin Republic. I didn't understand. He has eaten so much bribe. His stomach is so jutting and protruding that he could not even control it. So that's why he has running stomach,
He has running mouth. He's suffering from diarrhea of the mouth. He could not control it. That's why he thinks that talking anyhow, vomiting anyhow, words from his mouth is the way of life. To me, he is a spoiled child. But I wanna tell you this. Asari Dokubo's hypocrisy has been detected.
Okay, let's move over from Asari Dokubo. Let's look at U.S. lawmakers stop $875 million arms sale to Nigeria. It cites human rights violations, anti-democratic actions by federal government. What's your take on that?
That's very good. My take on that is that America is the best country on the earth as I'm talking to you now. In terms of transparency, in terms of human rights activism, in terms of democracy, in terms of freedom of speech anyway, all those are, encompassed within human rights activism and transparency and, abuse of human rights. Then in terms of federalism, in terms of presidential system of government, in terms of capitalism as an ideology, United States of America is the best on the earth. Look, arm purchase by Federal Republic of Nigeria. They buy arms, they give them jet fighter to kill and fight who? Bandits. To kill and fight innocent citizens, not bandits. No. Christian Chukwu. Wait. If these people are killing bandits, America would have known. If the people are killing Boko Haram, America would have known. I didn't understand. If these people are using the beechcraft or chopper or whatever, jet fighter, whatever they call it, America would have known that. See, the congressmen you see are not Nigerian senators. The congressmen you see in America there are not Nigerian House of Reps. These guys are well nurtured, well scrutinized, tested and proven impeccable. Search for impeccable, blameless, spotless. I understand me? The impeccability of American congressmen is what is playing out here. They've known that the weapon they are buying from United States of America over there is not being used properly. They buy it, telling Americans, I hope everything is going in order, that they want to use it against insurgency, but way back to this soil, Nigeria, way back to this place. They use it against local vigilantes that are protecting the farmers on the farmlands. They use it against Igbowo, Oduduwa agitators. They are fighting for Yoruba land. They use it against IPOB. The people that are agitating for what? Emancipation of Jewish state of Biafra. Are people so jealous of Biafra? I don't know why. But these congressmen, they know that those weapons they are buying from the United States is not used the way it should be. America is having it in mind that Nigeria is fighting terrorism in Nigeria. No, Nigerian government is part of terrorism. I buttress my point. What is Issa Pantami doing as a minister in Nigeria government, a former commissioner in Niger Republic? Is Niger Republic part of Nigeria? If yes, I would have admit, okay, it means our system of government, we are operating confederation. Niger Republic, Niger and Nigeria. Nigeria Republic. No, Niger is a separate entity, sovereignty there. Nigeria is a separate entity here. Why? Why should somebody that serve as a commissioner in Niger Republic be allowed to be a partaker in this current government? Haven't you found something tribalistic, clannish, sectional, racial in it? Let me explain. Pantami is from the same ancestral ground with Buhari. That's why after serving as a commissioner in Niger Republic, he comes back here. They appointed him a minister in Nigeria. Are you listening to me? So let me tell you, America is not happy now because the arms they are selling to Nigeria is being used against Nigerians, innocent Nigerians.
Okay.
People that are fighting for their rights.
Okay.
People that are fighting insurgency. People that are fighting injustice. People that are agitating for self-determination.
Okay.
They don't use it properly. Properly. What America wanted is use this weapon, use the jet fighters to fish out or smoke out the insurgents at Sambisak forests. But they found out that the beechcraft, the jet fighter they supply so far, they use it to kill and maim in Imo State, southeastern Nigeria. It was used against Igbo men. Igbo men that were fighting for their rights to protect their land from Fulani terrorism, herdsmen terrorism. They used those weapons from the United States to kill in Imo State, to bombard Enugu forest, to track down indigenous people of Biafra and kill all of them. America is not happy anytime any government anywhere in the world shoot, kill with gun unarmed citizens.
Let me draw your attention to this. For the second day running, youth block road leading to Port Harcourt refinery. Is that not dangerous?
Thank you so much. That's an it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call. Youth in the south, youth in the in River States. I think you understand. Refinery, NNPC refinery in River State. Thank you. They are waking up. Those are Ijo youths. Those are Igbo youths. Those are Bibio Efek youths. Those are Urobo youths. I listen to me. Urobo Isoko, they are one. They are waking up, all of them. That oil installation, that oil installation belongs to all of us. That's where the main money is coming from. But why are they blocking the road to that NNPC refinery? Why? I will give you the right answer. They are the host communities. The oil is coming from their communities. They are the owner of the land. They are the original landlord. How much is federal government giving to them, the communities, the host communities? 3%. I'm talking to the world. I'm telling the world, you viewers abroad, 3%. How much is going to North, the dry land of North? Only granite.
Frontier exploration.
Thank you. Okay, that amount. No, but we don't accept it. We, the host communities, we don't accept that percentage. Do you know how much they're giving them? Is it not 30%? Thank you for that correction. But we don't accept it. It's not accepted by us. Before you could implement such policy, you would have done what? Contacted us. You would have done what? Educated us on that. Let us know. You cannot just wake up and decide in the house without telling the locals, the natives, the host communities. This is what we are about to do. No explanation, nothing. They run autocracy in Nigeria. Autocratic system of government. They can just wake up early in the morning, carry out one kind mad, barbaric policy. They will start implementing it. Go and educate those communities. This is what we're about to do. This is the reason why we're giving you 3%. To me, 5% is not enough. The host communities is supposed to live like people in the Kuwait, Sheikh of Kuwait, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates. Go there and see how their citizens are living. Do you know that the oil you have in Nigeria is even this number 2 in the world? The kind of crude you have here. Saudi is number 1, followed by who? Is it not Nigeria? Oga, go and check Saudi citizens. Go and check Dubai, United Arab Emirates, their citizens. They are like angels from heaven. Their skins glitter. Their dentitions well fixed. Their health, number one. Nigeria here, our government torment us, suppress us, treat us as if we are litters from pigs, female pigs. And we are the owner of this oil resources. Our government, let me tell you, they are after what we give them. They are after what they get from us, including natural resources, the natural resources, endowment, natural endowment, which is our own what? Natural heritage. That is what God has given us. So they are still come and obtain from us tax payments. Pay this, pay that. They wake up again and arrest you, torture you. We don't benefit anything from Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are under slavery here. Let me tell you what happened in 1492 when America was discovered, New World was discovered. Then what happens later? Slavery was just like bread and tea, sugar. Comparing to what is happening to Nigeria now as I'm talking to you. An archaic man was elected as the Nigerian president. A man who is more barbaric than the Barbers. The word barbarism is from Barbers. Buhari, oh my God. Christian, let me say this. Nigerian government is promoting and supporting injustice on daily basis. They are not minding the aftermath, the after effects of this kind of behavior. What they are after is their private purse, their private account, their family, their immediate family members is what they're after. They are not after you and I. They are not going there for stewardship service to the common man. They are going there for selfishness, individualism. Are you listening to me? The final thought here is, let me tell you, if Nnamdi Kanu is cited anytime outside the SS facilities where he's being detained, Nnamdi Kanu is not going back there. Then again, Britain, United Kingdom, you are playing double standard all the time. We know you as a double standard nation because you have sold Britain to Arab. United Kingdom has been sold to Arab. Arab is all over UK. They are the one in charge of United Kingdom economy. We know that. The Arab has bought UK over. Londoner, a Cockney, is now waking up every 12:30 because they are lazy. They think that the first class citizen in the UK. Then the Jews, the Igbo man, the Pakistan, the Indian man, the Arab, they serve in the restaurant, do all manner of things. The British man is now a Jibo. Thank you for that. That's why you are playing double standard. You are thwarting all our efforts to get what is ours. You are delaying Nnamdi Kanu's release because you are so manipulative in such a way that you can even manipulate your citizens, convincing them that they are first class in the world. Let me tell you, Britain, your civilization is deteriorating, degenerating on daily basis. You are no longer the world giant you are known for. I tell you, if Nnamdi Kanu, if you fail to do what is needful, we are going to shut down Nigeria, we are going to shut down Africa, we are going to shut down London, we are going to shut down everywhere around the world.
Okay. Thank you very much. Raphael Lento from Mr. Raphael, thank you. Support us on this program. We have a GoFundMe account, and also you can also give your support to the TV station, the online TV station, a GoFundMe account. There's a link that's been pinned on the live chat. You can support us through that account. Okay, we are at the end of the program today. Bye for now. Mine behind the camera, Mr. Femi. A big thank you. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful one. Okay, we have pundits today. You can look at pundits. We have a pundit program, 3 p.m. Try as much as you can to be part of that program. Till we meet tomorrow. Same place, same time on the same platform. Bye for now.